I am conflicted. On one hand, I care about my privacy. Yet, on the other hand, I virtually couldn't care less. To find out why I care and why I don't, I've tried to decode some of our perceptions towards the subjects of privacy and security. I wonder what these words actually mean these days, and why they are so important to us. Privacy is a sphere, an area, a space, hard to define, unconstrained, and free, a place left to the individual, a place for self-fulfillment. It is our self-established boundary to the public, essential for us to maintain our personal profiles as perceived by others, our secrets, our truth, our mysterious selves, a space remaining for our basic human need to feel safe. The human nature to mitigate any possible threat led to the construction of a highly developed system of security. Primarily, it is designed for the control of risks, which are indicative of an unfeasible attempt to eliminate fear, both for the individual and society. But don't we secretly fear that they are being used against us, marketed to and used as a form of control? No longer are we solely facing the threats we know, but additionally, the unknown threats of the digital. We developed this crazy system called the Internet, which has the built-in ability not to forget. But built into this system is the notion of control. Corporations keep data because they can use it to make money, and governments use it for control, or at least the perceived notion of control. We can't really resist the urge for gratification and connection. We become hooked on the Internet. It is the dismantling of the utopia of the Internet of the past and the dystopia of the future, the changing of hands from grassroots to the powers above, which made us face another fear, the risk of control. The Internet's aura changed from an innocent and idealistic idea of a free network into one of government control and corporate interest, an algorithmic system of surveillance, with its own particular forms of control and governance, which clearly reshaped our daily lives and behaviors, and drastically changed the way we perceive security. It is a new beginning of hierarchical structures, far from the government structures we are used to. The Internet became an infrastructure too difficult to understand. The legal systems have not yet had the chance to keep up. We have these pockets where no one knows what to do, where the Internet sits between the real and the unreal, physical and non-physical. Old rules applied to a new dimension, both in legal and personal arenas. But the Internet is not bound by borders. Generally, everyone has their own understanding of the digitalization of the world, their own perception of reality. What is real and what is not? What is digital and what is physical? The basic equation of the division is not right anymore. The contemporary world we live in is a merge between both of them. We are still in transition. Maybe that's why we are so disoriented. The exposure to these systems became a daily ritual. We are constantly shaping our personal digital territory to communicate, to be existent, to be visible in this world. As the logout became inexistent, our digital territory is reinforcing and constructing our identities. We are merging with our personal data. The editing and post-production of our identities, which are becoming more and more defined and permanent, became a habit, not aimed at achieving representation, but aimed at achieving transformation. Maybe we can define identity as the construct of layers of personal information, both true and false, which then becomes a commodity. Our digital clones are defined by access, defined by passwords, which are our digital identification. Until recently, there was a clear division of our physicality and our identity. The lines became blurry with our physicality being digitalized, our human nature turning into our keys, becoming part of the system of fear, disconnected from our body, rationalized, measurable, detectable, and searchable, a non-erasable and non-replaceable authentication through biometrics. Maybe it is my personal disaster preparation to try to understand and impersonate the underlying mechanics of those systems. The evidence? That I care enough to wonder how what I give away today will affect me in a year. For now, the systems that secure us seem to run perfectly, but the potential for misuse and collapse is existent. I had to stop ignoring, as it is a state of no knowledge, which causes me fear. Is it the missing relation to physicality that makes us ignore? I think our biggest problem is that we are following the speed of our time, only thinking in short term. We have no goal, no enemy or vision. We all know a solution, the ideal of escaping civilization, escaping the internet, deleting our accounts, the pull back to basics, nature as a counter-ideal. But we have passed the point to go back. Someone has entered our home without permission and is monitoring our movements and behaviors. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear, we say to ourselves in collective reassurance. In this crowd, we remain anonymous. But what if, for some reason, you are singled out from this crowd? Maybe the underlying codex, the rules and regulations which define society, will change. Take a closer look. All of us are already suspects. All constantly monitored, filtered through a process of suspiciousness, defined by the constant existence of an undefinable threat. I ask myself, is my mind suspicious? And are those that strive for privacy the new suspects? We have to be careful that we don't end up in a deadlock, paralyzed by fear, trapped in our own secure system.